There was a time during year 11 and 12 where no matter how much I studied, no matter how much I did, I never felt like I did enough. I could study for 8 hours a day, 10 hours, even 12 hours sometimes just to push my limits. And yet at the end of that study day, I felt like absolute crap. It felt like I did nothing that day and I went to bed in extreme guilt. And this happened for a very long time. In fact, it never stopped. Throughout the whole of year 11 and 12, I never ever felt like I've been doing enough. So if this is you right now, if you're a student who's feeling like no matter what they do, they're just falling behind, they're not studying as hard as they should be studying, they're not getting as much as they should be getting done, then this video is specifically for you. Now, first things first is I want to tell you that this feeling of falling behind and not doing enough is actually amazing. It's a blessing. In fact, those students who never improve in school, those students who never actually achieve success are the people who think like they are doing enough, right? In fact, I have a general principle where if I finish a day of studying and I feel like I've done enough, it usually means that I haven't done enough. And if you're feeling the same thing, it's true. Like if you finish a study session, right? And you're like, oh, you know what? I've done a lot that study session. You probably haven't done as much as you think, right? And that feeling of doing enough is actually very, very dangerous. You tell me, actually think about this, okay? Don't just nod your head, actually understand what I'm saying. So if you're a student right now who feels like they're not doing enough study, let's say you do like a 6-hour study session, 4 hours, it doesn't matter, the hours don't really matter, but let's say you've done like a decent study session and at the end of it, you're just like, damn, I've done nothing. Now let me ask you the question, right? When you feel like you've done nothing, what do you feel like doing more of? Tell me, think about it. Exactly right. You feel like studying more. When you feel like you've been doing nothing and when you feel behind, you get this, extreme urge and fire within you to push yourself and do more, right? But if you feel like you've done enough, if you feel like you are doing enough, then what's the point of trying to do more, right? That is when you fall into that period of laziness, of not studying, of watching Netflix all day, of doing this and this, and just like completely falling off, right? And that is why I personally noticed when I was in school, all the students who I see and heard say that they've been studying hard recently or they've been doing a lot recently, they usually don't end up doing well because they've tricked themselves into believing that they've done enough, therefore leading to them not doing more and therefore leading to them not succeeding in the end. But you watching this video, because you feel like you're doing nothing, it's pushing you to do more, and because you do more, you end up getting better results. Is it true or not? Right? So my message to you is, and something that I learned through the hard way, because I'm not joking, like it got to a point where I'd literally get so pissed off because no matter what I did, I felt like I'd never done enough, right? And this feeling is terrible. It genuinely is. That feeling of guilt, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, right? But this is a lesson that I learned the hard way, and I'm going to tell you this now to completely avoid it, okay? First of all, number one is ask yourself if you actually are doing enough based off of the tasks you're doing. All right. So there are two types of people in this category. We have the first type of person who feels like they're not doing enough, but they're actually not doing enough. But then there's the other type of person, which is you watching this video. You actually are studying, you are doing a lot of things, but you still feel like you're not doing enough, right? So you have to understand, if you're someone who's actually not doing enough, then you have to do more. If you're someone who feels like they're not doing enough, but they are doing enough, then just deal with the feeling and just use it to motivate you, but don't let it guilt trip you. Right? Now you might be thinking, but Luke, man, how the hell do I know if I'm doing enough? Very good question. The way you know if you're doing enough is to look at a few things. Number one, the number of hours you're studying. Number two, the number of tasks you're doing. And number three, most importantly, the quality of tasks you're doing. So let's break these three down. First of all, number of hours of studying. If you are in year 12 and not doing a minimum of 4 hours of study every weekday and a minimum of 6 hours every weekend, then I'm sorry, you are falling behind. Okay? This is coming from someone who went from D's to achieving a 97 plus ATAR against all odds. This is what I'm telling you, right? But if you're in year 11 and not doing at least 2 hours of study on the weekday, at least 2 hours, and you're not doing at least 3 hours on the weekends, then you're falling behind. So in terms of hours, that's what I'd say is enough. And if you're doing that, let's move on to the next thing. The next thing is the number of tasks. Now, a lot of students, they tell me that they feel like they've not done enough because they had a list of 10 things to do and they only got 3 things. The truth is, it's not the number of tasks that you need to get done. It's the quality of those tasks. For example, which one do you think is better? Getting 5 tasks done, but those 5 tasks include homework, writing notes, reading notes, watching videos, and reading the textbook. Or you get 3 tasks done, but those 3 tasks involve past papers, active recall questions, and reviewing your past paper. Which one is more? Looking at it from a face value, this one is so much more productive. But the truth is this one's better, right? So you don't want to look at the quantity of tasks you do. You want to look at the quality of tasks that you're doing, right? There will be some days I'd study for 8 hours a day, but really on paper, I only did 4 things. Why? Because I done a past paper, then I reviewed the past paper, then I reflected on the past paper and figured out my weaknesses. Then the 4th thing was like doing the next past paper. Only 4 things on paper, but that was a very productive day because I got some high leverage activities done, right? So if you are in those 3 categories, number 1, you are studying enough in terms of hours. Number 2, the number of tasks you're getting, you're not quantifying like your study base of your task. And number 3, the quality of tasks you're doing is enough in terms of like, productivity, like for example, past papers, active recall questions, like actual proper study methods, then I'm telling you, you're doing enough. You are doing enough. I promise you, you are doing enough. And you just need to learn. Like you might have clicked on this video expecting me to tell you how to get rid of the feeling of not doing enough. But the truth is, like, you don't want to get rid of the feeling. Like that feeling is what allows you to do more. That feeling is what pushes you to do more. Like think about it. If you didn't have that feeling, you wouldn't want to do more things. Right? So please, that feeling, don't try to get rid of it. Be absorbed by it, feel it, and use it to push you forward. I'm so grateful for that feeling I've had of not feeling like I'm doing enough, because I promise you, if it wasn't for that feeling of not doing enough, I don't think I would have pushed myself. Like genuinely. That's me reflecting on my own life. If I didn't have that feeling that I was doing absolutely nothing in year 11 and 12, I don't think I would have pushed myself. Right? And don't just take this from me. Look at anyone out there who you see as successful. Michael Jordan himself would do so much and he would think he's not doing enough. All the athletes are the same. Honestly, all the athletes are the same. And if you're ever thinking, why do you always use athletes as an example? It's because honestly, like, you have to give it to them. Like their level of mindset they need to have, the level of focus and determination they need to have to become the best is crazy. That's why me personally, I look at athletes for the best examples, right? So look at anyone you see as successful and see, like, you realize that none of them ever are like, yeah, I've done a lot today. It's not like that, right? They all feel like they've done absolutely nothing. And that's what allows them to become the best, because they keep going at it and at it and at it, right? So there you have it. That's my message to you. If you feel like you're not doing enough, you are, I promise you. You just have to keep pushing forward. And I want you to be grateful, right? And I'll just finish off with this one more reminder. I've already said it throughout the video, but I just want to remind you again. If you finish every single day your study session and you've genuinely felt like you've done enough, you most likely, 99.9% of the time, have not done enough. Let me say that one more time. If you feel like you've been doing enough, you're most likely not doing enough, okay? If you feel like you're not doing enough, then you most likely are doing enough, right? So reflect on that and ask yourself, which one am I? Am I actually not doing anything, or do I just feel like it? If you're feeling like it, that's fine. Use it for strength. Now, if you feel like, you're all good to go and you're kicking back with your legs up on the table watching Netflix because everything's going well for you, ask yourself, is it really going well? Is it really going to stay like that? It's probably not. Okay? I'll see you in the next one.